Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker, and I shall try and be short and snappy and start by congratulating the Honourable Member, Right Honourable Member for Hodge Hill and Solihull North for securing this afternoon's debate, and it has allowed many voices to articulate the concerns that they're hearing from businesses in their constituency, and it's enabled many members to talk about the very great importance of growth. Growth is essential. We talk about the importance of defence and 2.5% spending on it increasing to 2.7% and up to 3%, but of course we want the economy to grow at the same time. And in the estimates that we see before us today, the Secretary of State has laid out the ambitious goals that he has for his department. Delivering a comprehensive industrial strategy. Now, I simply ask, Madam Deputy Speaker, 8 months in, when will businesses see that? Secondly, a plan to provide small businesses with tools and support. I simply ask, 8 months in, when will small businesses see that? Thirdly, a trade strategy that recognises that high-quality trade deals are necessary to give businesses access to international markets, to boost jobs and deliver economic growth here. And I simply ask, when will businesses see a change on that front? And fourth, delivering sweeping changes to employment law. And there, sadly, Madam Deputy Speaker, businesses have seen that. They have seen that the sweeping changes that are outlined in the Employment Rights Bill that we'll be scrutinising next week actually take us back to 1970s-style employment laws, adding £1 billion in cost just to the government's own cost base. And I wonder, Madam Deputy Speaker, if you might at the end share a few words on whether, in speaking, it would have been appropriate for those who receive contributions from unions to declare them in this debate. I think we've had an excellent debate, but I didn't hear any declarations of interest. I heard from our benches some excellent contributions from the member for Bognor Regis and Littlehampton, from Bromley and Biggin Hill, from Dumfries and Galloway, and from Bridgewater, in which they outlined and summarised the challenges that businesses are feeling up and down this country. And then in other contributions from Tamworth, from Dudley, from Livingston, from Portsmouth North, from Dundee, Tewkesbury and Wokingham, we heard a range of different concerns that real businesses that create the wealth of this country are feeling. Turning to trade, Madam Deputy Speaker, I note that in these supplementary estimates, the Department marks an increase in subhead A4. The account that includes first and foremost the Trade Policy Implementation and Negotiations Group. It also explains in the note that this increase is owing to an international reorganisation within DBT, which has brought our international strategy and development teams into this group from strategy and investment. So strategy and investment, meanwhile, have been cut by almost the same amount, by which this account has been increased. So I'm just wondering whether there's a little bit of smoke and mirrors going on there in terms of the amount that is being dedicated to increasing trade, because increasing trade is one of the key routes to economic growth, Madam Deputy Speaker. Our constituent businesses would really benefit for further opening of free trade. I note very welcome news that the Prime Minister talked to the President of America about a free trade agreement last week. But as at the end of January, Madam Deputy Speaker, no official or minister from the department had made any attempt to engage with the US administration on trade. And the department has chosen to abandon the position of chief trade negotiator, which was either deliberate self-harm or willful incompetence. And there was almost no public recognition by the department or its ministers of the UK's accession to the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership, which does indeed trip off the tongue. There is growing evidence that instead of investing in these opportunities, the US, Canada, the fast-growing markets of Asia, the government is reverting to its ideological safeguard, relying on Brussels by developing a Trojan horse strategy to realign the UK with the European Union. So, in summary, Madam Deputy Speaker, is the department actually being given the tools that it needs to deliver on trade deals? If the government claims to have set their sights higher, shouldn't the resources reflect that? I worry we're seeing a classic example of big words, big ambitions, just saying the word growth, but nothing that actually delivers growth. It is now 8 months to the day since those on the benches opposite entered government. How many businesses in this country can actually say that things have got better for them in these last 8 months? How many are more confident? How many can say that they expect the trade situation facing the United Kingdom to improve?